3-4, we're going to be looking today at tables. So following on from our bar charts and our pictograms, we're now going to be looking at tables, which do the same thing. They collect data and represent data as a kind of a table, a graph, a picture to help us to understand it. So first of all, we've got this one, which you'll recognise as a bar graph, a pictogram, and now we've got our table. Tally charts are tables as well. This one, rather than having tallies, compares different things. So the first question we're asked is, which two representations below show the same data? So two of these charts show the same information. To find out which ones they are, we're going to look at the types of sport that are listed, first of all, and see if those are the same. So here we've got netball, hockey, rugby, dance and tennis. Netball, rugby, dance, tennis and dance. So the same here as here. Over here we've got running, gym, swimming or no exercise. This one compares the number of men that prefer a sport to the number of women that prefer the sport and give our total. So this one is comparing men and women's favourite sports, and this one doesn't do that. It just has numbers of sports, and the same here. Because there's no title, we don't actually know exactly what they're doing, but we can see that this one is different. So the two representations that show the same data are this one and this one. This one is different. And there we've got it. So this table is asking us to answer questions about favourite colours. So we can see that 5 people have been asked what their favourite colours are, and then the colours at the top have been ticked to show which ones they are. So when this person's collected their data, they've already decided that those must be the most popular colours. I wonder what you would do. You might have needed an extra column for other, in case someone didn't choose those colours. The first question says, which colour was chosen by Mark and Michael? Remember, means add, and means add. So Michael has chosen blue, and Mark has chosen blue. Which colour was chosen by Mark and Michael? Blue. Which are Charlotte and Jane's favourite colours? Charlotte prefers red, Jane prefers green. Your answer here would be red and green. Who chose purple as their favourite colour? So we're going to look at our headings. We'll find purple. There it is. We'll read down the purple column until we find our tick, and we'll read across, and we can see that the favourite colour, purple, was chosen by Emily. Which colour wasn't chosen by anybody? So this time we're going to look at our columns and see which one doesn't contain a tick at all. And as we go through, we can find that yellow wasn't chosen at all. Therefore, yellow wasn't chosen by anybody. The table below shows the results of football matches. We've got Northfield AFC, Weatherton Juniors, Jumbleby Town, and we've got whether they've won, whether they've drawn, or whether they've lost. The first question says, which team won the fewest matches? Fewest meaning least. So we're looking at which has the least number of matches won, the smallest number of wins. So let's have a look down the win column. Northfield scored 6, Weatherton scored 4, and Jumbleby Town scored 3. So the team that scored won the fewest matches was Jumbleby Town. How many games had each team played? How many teams had each team played is an altogether question, so an adding question. So let's have a look. Northfield played 6 and 2 and 1, giving a total of 9 altogether. Weatherton Juniors won 4, drew 1 and lost 4. They also played 9. And Jumbleby Town 3 and 2 and 4, also 9. So each team played 9 games. Which two teams, when combined meaning adding together, mixed together, which two teams when combined had the same number of draws as Weatherton Juniors had won? So to find the answer to this, we need to first of all check how many Weatherton Juniors have won, which is 4. So added together, some of the other teams will have had the same number of draws. So we need to find a total of 4 in our draw column. Here's 2 and 2 more makes 4. So Jumbleby Town and Northfield AFC are the 2 teams that had the same number of draws as Weatherton Juniors had won. What is the difference between the total number of wins and the total number of draws? I know you know what the difference means now. That's right, it means to subtract. The difference between the total number of wins and the total number of draws. Total number of wins, total meaning added together. 6 add 4 is 10, add 3 equals 13. Total number of draws, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the difference is the difference between 13 and 5. You can do this by counting on from 5 up to 13, or you may be able to subtract it by counting back in ones. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, so here we've got a table that shows the results of a breakfast survey. That means people have been asked about their breakfast. Boys, girls, men and women have all been asked separately about their breakfast preference. How many adults eat toast for breakfast? Be very careful here. Remember that we've got to be very careful that we're checking the question and thinking of exactly what it's asking us. It's not asking us for everybody that eats toast, just the adults. So we don't need to think about the boys or girls, just the men and women. Is your answer the same as mine? I've got 9. Which was the least popular breakfast amongst children? So again, I'm not interested in the men or women, just the boys and girls. So to find this out, I need to check the totals. I've got 5 in toast. I can see straight away it's not cereal because that's quite a big number. But I might need to check the rest. So toast is a total of 5. I'm going to do that in a different colour so it stands out a little bit. 9, 10, and 11. So I can see now that when I compare the data for children, that the least popular is toast, because that's only 5 and these are greater numbers. How many more people have porridge for breakfast than the total number of people who eat nothing? So we're looking at people now, so that's everybody, that's all of them, boys, girls, men and women, and we're considering porridge, so we're going to look at the porridge column. How many more people have porridge for breakfast than the total number of people who eat nothing? So I'm comparing these two columns. porridge and nothing. The total that have porridge, and you can do this using mental arithmetic or using column addition. The total number who have porridge, 17. I'm going to start with 17. I'm going to add 8 because if I partition 8 into 3 and 5, it makes it easy to add on to 17. 17 add 3 is 20, add the 5 is 25. I'm going to add the 7 next by partitioning the 7 into 5 and 2. 25 add 5 is 30, add 2 is 32, and 1 equals 33. 33 porridge. Those that eat nothing, I've got 10, add 9 is 19, add 2 is 21. 21. So when I compare those and find out how many more people have porridge than the total number of people who eat nothing, I can then do a subtract calculation. 33 take away 21. 3 take away 1 is 2. 3 take away 2 is 1. The answer is 12. Finally, D, which breakfast food was voted the most by both boys and girls? So this time I need to look at boys and girls and see which is the most popular. So boys, the most popular is the biggest number, which is 13. Girls, the biggest number is also cereal, which is 14. So the breakfast food, which is the most popular by boys and girls, is cereal. Well done. Have a choose. Which one do you think you're going to do? Red, blue, or gold? These questions are similar to the blue questions. So you may think, yep, I'm at that level, I'm going to do blue. You may think that was a bit tricky, I'm going to try red. Or you may think, I found that quite easy, I'm going to choose gold. There's also an extension after. Well done, go.